good evening. How everyone doing today? God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Army Jill Spirit Divine. I'm here to give you the short news on today. Um, we still talking about this massive shooting in Texas. You know, just because someone asks, could you stop shooting to God in New York? You know, we don't know what state of mind people are in these days. Sometimes you can't even ask certain people a simple question. You know, so Texas neighbor shooting, manhunt, ongoing as an 8-year-old boy of one of the five that was killed in Cleveland. So five members of a family, including an 8-year-old boy, have been killed. After the victim, went over to the fence and said, "Hey, do you mind not shooting out in the yard? We have a young baby, that is trying, to sleep." And he had been, and so they stated that this man had been drinking. Excuse me. They said this man has been drinking, that he been drinking, um, and he said that I'm gonna do what I want to do in my front yard. So the suspect had been known to shoot his FR-15 rifle. So he had a assault weapon. So out in the front yard, and the evidence by the amount of casing that we found in the front of his front yard, we have identified who he is. Due to the ring door, doorbell camera. See, the ring doorbell camera, it come in handy. 'Cause other than that, they want to know who he was, how he looked, So they simply went over there to the fence. It is, went to his fence to ask him could he stop shooting his gun, because the baby trying to sleep, So they authorized, a searching. The authority are searching for the 38-year-old suspect after the shooting in the town of Cleveland, around 45 miles, north of Houston. So he going on the north side of Houston, but he was in Cleveland. County Sheriff Greg, you know, kind of, Greg has said he probably when he went north of Houston. So I'm saying I don't know if he on foot. I don't know if he in the car, but by me, an unsolved missing divine, I would try to find his location. Try to see what location he at. Now this is for all across the nation. We have sick people, we have mental health. We don't know what emotion of someone in. These days, that just like me, I'm asking people a simple little question and stuff. Get found up, booted up. You can't ask people nothing these days. So all I'm saying to save lives. One, when your neighbor are making loud noise and a loud party, anything that's loud is going on that disturbing you. Uh, two, or shooting their gun on their property. You know, it don't excuse them from shooting and killing someone. You know, but do not go. If they're doing all these things that I just named, do not go to their fence. Do not go knock on their door. They're making loud noise. They're shooting. Put it in the police hands. And I know sometimes that don't work out. If they're going to the wrong door. Only thing I can say, with this world here, we have to pray to God. Have to pray to God. Police supposed to protect and save. They're going to the wrong doors these days. So on that, I assume you still have to call the police. You still have to call the police and let them deal with it. I don't want nobody else going to knock on nobody's door or going to nobody's fence to tell someone to stop the noise, stop the shoot. Don't tell them nothing. Let it be. Call the police. Call the police and pray at the same time before the police get there. That's all we have to do in this world. Just that we have to keep on praying. Keep on praying because God, the only one, can save us. So so you don't know what state of mind someone in. Emotional, mental health, drinking. You don't know what state of mind he in. Now they did say he was drinking, you know, but they stated he was drinking. But I think it was more than just drinking. You know, to have that kind of mindset to go over and kill someone, they had to deal with his mindset, not just drinking. You know, anybody can drink, but ain't everybody drinking is not gonna grab a gun and just shoot somebody. So they say he normally do that. I thought that wasn't I thought it wasn't even illegal to shoot your gun like that unless it was New Year or 4th of July. So any problem with your neighbor with loud noise, shooting a gun, please do not knock on no one door. Please do not go to no one fence. Call the police. And while you calling to police and you hang that phone up, you get there and start praying before the police get there. Because ain't nothing safe but try to call but to pray to God. Now sometimes, sometimes that don't work out, but you have to pray. All is to save your life and someone else's life that's in your home. So that's what I have on that. Also want to talk about rejection. The voters have reject on property tax increase. I'm sorry, I'm getting the news late. You know, Arlene Parish shall, you know, Susan had discussed the voters. The voters have rejected property tax increase. Voters reject against the shall request for tax increase property tax. Property tax increase. So 91% of the voters had disagreed. You know, she stated her officer deserved this race. You know, just like it was stated from the sheriff. Jail department are broken. The IT system are broken. Everything are dysfunctional. So it's not operating in a normal way that it should be operating. Everything is just out of whack. But you want to increase property tax to fix the problem. So yes, our request will be the best choice is to create a game plan to fix the problem, without increasing the property tax. So you have to come up with another plan. You're always supposed to have plan two in place. You have to come up with plan two because in this generation right here, a lot of us are struggling, for the property tax to increase. That's another load on someone's shoulder. So you have to create something else to help y'all dysfunctional problem that you have at the jailhouse. We paying for the pay and everything else. So we have to come up with something else instead of the property tax. Because there's too much going on right now, struggling with inflation and everything else is just going up. You know, they're raising everything. The gas is like up and down, and the house gas is up. $200 by itself just for gas. So um, going up on the property tax that'd be too much. That'd be too much. So we talking about this mass shooting in Texas. You know, this man here, they say he do that on a normal basis, always shooting his gun, and nobody never told him nothing until that day. Until that day. You know, um, for him to be shooting his gun like a rifle on a regular basis like that was disturbing. Someone should have known that was disturbing. Someone should have called the police a long time ago. Because you're not supposed to just be shooting your gun just for no reason unless you go to way in the land somewhere where you could shoot a gun. You know, because I thought it was illegal. I thought it was only legal to shoot a gun around 4th of July and on New Year's Day. You know, so that's not normal. You know, they say he always do that, shoot his gun in the front yard like that. You know, but the neighbor said her baby was trying to sleep. She was being nice and just asking could he stop shooting the gun while the baby trying to sleep. And that triggered something in his mind. That's why I say it had to be more than just drinking. You know, so I had requests, you know, that no matter what noise a neighbor make, you know, call the police. You know, that's disturbing. Call the police for disturbing. You know, and pray at the same time. You know, so we just talked about the sheriff, New Orleans sheriff, try to increase the property tax because everything's broken in the jailhouse. IT is not working. Everything is just dysfunctional. You know, and try to increase the property tax to fix their problem. You know, but you have to come up with another game plan. You know, always come up with plan two when you have plan one. When plan one falls apart. So that's all the short news I have for you today. Y'all have a blessed day and I'll see y'all on the next video.